Boom It's Created. Part 28. Deal of a Lifetime. Fiona greeted Crocetta warmly, her British accent as polished as her appearance. Crocetta, darling, it's a pleasure. Margot has been raving about you and your designs. Crocetta, wearing a sleek crocheted blazer in black and white, smiled. It's an honor to meet you. I've heard so much about your work with emerging designers. Crocetta sat in the grand conference room, her heart pounding as the investors carefully examined her designs. The room was sleek, all glass walls and modern decor, but she barely noticed. Her entire focus was on the panel of executives seated in front of her. Fiona Sinclair, the lead investor, smiled as she flipped through the portfolio of Crocetta's intricate, handmade designs. These are absolutely stunning, Fiona finally said, looking up. Unique, bold, and unlike anything currently on the market. Crocetta's breath caught in her throat. Another investor, a sharp-dressed man named Daniel Hart, nodded in agreement. We'd be fools not to bring these into our stores. We want an exclusive deal with you, Crocetta. She blinked, her heart hammering. What kind of deal? Fiona leaned forward. $1 million upfront, plus a percentage of sales. Your brand, Stitch It Real Good, will be featured in all of our flagship locations worldwide. Crocetta's mouth fell open. $1 million? This was beyond her wildest dreams. She tried to maintain her composure, but the sheer weight of their offer made her dizzy. I need a moment, she managed to say. Fiona chuckled. Take all the time you need, dear. But trust me, this is the beginning of something huge. Crocetta barely remembered signing the preliminary agreements before bolting out of the building. She ran through the London streets, weaving through pedestrians, her mind screaming, I did it. I did it. She practically flew into the hotel, taking the elevator up to their floor and bursting into their room where Lenny was lounging on the bed, scrolling through his phone. Lenny! She shrieked, breathless. He jumped, startled. What? What happened? She threw herself onto the bed beside him, grabbing his hands. I just got $1 million deal. They want my designs in international stores. Lenny, I made it. Lenny's eyes widened before a slow, proud grin stretched across his face. Are you serious? Crocetta, that's... Before she could say another word, he grabbed her and pulled her into a tight hug. The excitement, the rush, the sheer joy, everything blurred together as she turned her face toward his, and suddenly their lips met. The kiss was electric, fueled by months of tension and the thrill of victory. His hands framed her face as he deepened it, and for a moment, Crocetta let herself get lost in him. But then, Marco. She pulled back suddenly, her breath ragged. Lenny, sensing the shift, sighed and ran a hand through his hair. You're still thinking about him? She nodded, pressing a hand to her lips. I can't do this. Not yet. Lenny exhaled sharply but nodded. I get it. Feeling overwhelmed, she grabbed her coat. I need coffee. I just need a minute. She hurried down to the hotel lobby, her heart still racing. But as she reached the cafe, she froze. Standing there, looking like he hadn't slept in days, was Marco. Crocetta, he said, his voice filled with desperation. Her stomach flipped. What are you doing here? I flew here for you, he said, stepping closer. I tracked you down through Elise. I had to come. I had to tell you that I made the biggest mistake of my life, and I'll spend forever making it up to you if you let me. Her heart clenched. The love she once had for Marco was still there, lingering in the shadows. But now, there was Lenny. And she had no idea what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Boom It's Created.